points on the PAT, and it's now a 7-0 game. No run back here for Raymond. This will be a touchback. So here are the Lions now as they get set for their opening drive. They're led onto the field by the former Cal Bear and the #1 overall pick in 2016, Jared Goff.
And at one point, the ascension of Jared Goff was really, really strong. Back-to-back Pro Bowls, took his team to the Super Bowl, and came really within 1/4 of winning it. But since that time, he's had bouts of inconsistency, and that's been the struggle for him as he tries to get back to the form he showed earlier in his career.
And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4. 2nd and 6, just inside the 30. From the gun, here's Goff. A little short pass here taken in by Laporta. And give him 6 yards here as he's stopped near the 35 at the 34. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. Gibbs will try and pick it up. And this will wind up a Lions first down as he's got this up to the 40-yard line.
Plenty of things to talk about here, partner, but to me, their defense gave up a touchdown on the first drive. How about how they're responding, coming back? That's a big third down pickup to keep their drive alive.
On first down, it's gone. And it's incomplete. Boy, he doesn't drop many like that one. 2nd down. When you look at this defense, they really played well in that win last week against Miami.
And all defensive teams that I know talk about creating turnovers. Takeaways, they call them. And anytime you can get 2 or more in a game, you've had a really, really good performance. They exceeded that number in a big way.
They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming. Now some movement before the snap. And we'll hear from our referee for the first time this afternoon. So they'll go ahead and accept the penalty. So the false start certainly doesn't help matters as they'll try again now. 3rd and long. Here's Goff. Pressure comes and the Cardinals bring him down. Zaven Collins has now recorded 10 sacks on the season.
Brandon, what I remember most about playing with guys who knew how to rush the passer, they would just tell you, just cover people for me, just long enough for me to get there. And that's exactly what happened on that play.
The call for a fair catch, and it's made at about the 23-yard line. Now Ritter to throw on first down. Under pressure, and down he goes. Derek Barnes. It'll go as a loss of about 8 as he gets in there to drop him.
And this is what you've got to do against a quarterback like him. You've got to keep him in the pocket and not let him get to the perimeter, because once he gets outside, that's where he can really hurt you.
Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on 2nd down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. Looking to throw it here. Ritter. Dancing to his left. A breakdown defensively there as the scramble is going to set him up with a much more manageable 3rd down. Ritter now. He's got his target. That's complete. He'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. Excellent play there on 3rd down. Give him 25 yards. And a nice milestone reached on that last throw as here late in the season, he goes over 4,000 yards passing.
And he's really thrown the ball well all season long. Had some big games along the way. He's inspired his receiving corps to go out and make plays for him in each and every ball game.
So the ball moves into Lion territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 47. Up the middle they go. Benson. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's 2nd down.
And that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
Meanwhile, Ritter's throw taken in by Watkins here. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. The catch and run there, good for 16 in the first. Ritter to throw it. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. And the Lions will take over here at their own 14-yard line. Before we came up to the booth, last thing he said as we were walking off the field, want to play mistake-free football. Well, that just went out the window there with a pick.
And do you remember what you said to me when we were walking up to the booth after he said that? You're like, oh, fatal last words. Every time we hear that, things tend to fall apart a little bit, and that's what we saw there. Didn't get enough on that throw, and it turned into an interception.
After the interception, here's Goff. And he's going to be brought down. Back at his own 6-yard line. They'll wind up losing 8 on the sack there, and it's second down. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on second down. Gibbs straight ahead. And a gain of about 4 here moves this from the 6 up to the 10. And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. Well, now they're going to come out and take a look at this injury, and we'll be back in a moment. So here's a 3rd and 14. Out of the gun, Goff. He sets to fire deep. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. Here comes the Lions punter now, as he'll kick it away for the second time. First kick, 47. This one looks good as well. Taken right around the 44. It's a 43-yard punt, a return of 5. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. Arizona getting ready to go as they take the field. Not an ideal way to end their previous drive. They threw the interception, Charles, after they had built up some momentum. They were moving the football, but something to at least build on for this offense as they run back out here.
Yeah, you're right about that. Up until that last play, everything was working pretty well for this offense. Gaining chunks of yardage, getting first downs, really making a push for the end zone. And it looked like they had a nice rhythm going. Now you got to have a short memory here. Don't focus on the interception. Focus on what came before it and get back to it.
Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Alex Anzalone from his outside linebacker spot, forcing the sack for a loss of 8. Well, on that one, they go with a play fake, CD, but I don't think anybody really was fooled. All eyes were fixated on the quarterback, and they got him to the ground.
And to run this play successfully, you've got to make sure that everyone is doing their part. You actually have to sell this play. You've got to sell the run action. Otherwise, why do you stop at the running back? You just run straight for the quarterback and put him on the ground.
And they do get this across midfield to the 49, but a small consolation prize as he's well short of the first. 3 yards, all they could muster there, and it'll bring up 4th down. Blake Gillikin on to punt here as he'll send this one away. Back deep, Khalif Raymond. This one will sail out of bounds. It'll depend on the spot here. And the side judge says that went out at the 7-yard line. And Detroit back in possession of the football. Still in the first half, but this offense has struggled. Haven't really been able to get anything going, not only in the points category, but in the yards category. We'll see if they can do better here on this drive. Pretty darn good, as you see right there on your screen.
I'll echo that. Darn good. 2 touchdowns, right? And the ability to be in sync with each other, right? To understand that he's going to be where the quarterback expects him to be when the ball's thrown.
After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. Play action. Here's Goff. And his throw is incomplete. Fair to say, hasn't been his best game throwing the football, but also not getting a lot of help out there either.
Yeah, you nailed it pretty well, you know. He's got to throw it better. Got to get more help. Obviously one that should have been caught. They got to find a way to bring those 2 elements together so they can make some progress in this one. They've had multiple opportunities on offense and still haven't scored any points. Felt like they wanted to loosen things up, throw it downfield, and and see if maybe they could get a big play and a quick strike.
That'll go as a punt of 42, 7 on the return. And the Cardinals, great field position to start this drive as they take over 1st and 10. They'll start out here with a jet sweep.
Oh, and this one may need to go back to the drawing board. He's going to be swallowed up right away.
Now I think we're going to get a timeout here. Yes, a timeout here as it looks like we've got a lion that's shaken up.
Well, the medical staff is going to come out here and take a look, and we will take a short break.
On 2nd down now, it's Benson, and he's going to get this one down near the 45-yard line. Call it about a gain of 3, and they'll be looking at a 3rd and 7 coming up.
Ritter with it after the play fake.
And incomplete. He had nowhere to throw, so he just tossed it away. But that brings up 4th.
They certainly had good starting field position on that drive, but couldn't do anything with it after 3 plays. Have to admit that that's a disappointing end to excellent field position. When that drive started, they had 6 points that they were thinking about.
And this one hits at the run, continues on into the end zone for a touchback. And Detroit getting set to go now. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a 1st down now. They started on the ground with Eckler. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up.
Nice chunky yards on 1st down. It really opens up your options for what you want to do on 2nd. You go right back to him and hope he explodes, or sucker the defense in before throwing over the top.
And this is dropped. Oh, it's incomplete. He had a big gainer in his sights, but he could not reel it in.
Throwing on 3rd. Goff. The Cards get to him here. He's brought down for a sack.
Zaven Collins.
That is now 2 sacks for him here in this 1st half.
These sacks now, they're starting to pile up, Charles. And that front 7 defensively, they've had their way with this offensive line.
And I think at this stage, we have to start thinking about different play calls. We've got to start helping this quarterback out because the entire game he's been under siege. I don't care what the down and distance. They've got to get the ball out of his hands a lot quicker.
And here now the punter Fox as he sends this one away.
Fair catch called for and made, but now we'll have to see about the penalty.
Personal foul, roughing the kicker, defense.
This is one of the dangers of going for the punt block.
And you know before you even call going for the block, it's a risk-reward play. So many factors come into it. They went after it, and you know punters, what they do? They leave their leg up in the air an extra count or 2, hoping someone comes into contact.
Now here's a throw right side taken in by his tight end. So he'll be stopped here for no gain. And it'll be 2nd down.
A toss out right to Gibbs.
And he tried to bounce it outside, but they'll stop him behind the line. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11.
Defensively, he has been a presence in their backfield in the 1st half. Had a sack earlier, and now he comes up with a big tackle for a loss.
Goff.
And unable to connect, incomplete. Well, give them credit, they took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
I know this offense was expecting to do big things, but it certainly hasn't turned out that way, at least not through the first 3 drives. They're definitely going to have to put their heads together and start concocting some offense that'll move the ball downfield.
Taken from just outside the 30. That'll be a 41-yard punt, 4 yards there on the return.
And they will take over 1st and 10. The Cardinals offense ready to set up shop. No points last time out. They were forced to punt, if you remember, but no time to dwell on that. They've still got the lead here and a chance to add to that here. 1st and 10 as this new drive starts.
And he is going to lose yardage here. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down.
Part of the thinking when you bring in extra tight ends, you're hoping that each of your guys gets those one-on-one blocks and creates a crease for your runner. You know what the converse is, though? You've got to win those one-on-one blocks, and when you don't, that's the result you end up with.
Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
Ritter throwing on third down. Open man, here's Benson.
And a nice job there defensively. They get him to the ground short of the first, right around the 42. That'll give him 8 that time, and that'll bring up fourth down.
Here's Blake Gillikin now.
He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. And that'll hit at the 5 and go into the end zone for a touchback.
Detroit's offense ready to take over. See if they can put this drive in the end zone, Charles, because it's been a little bit of a rough go at times. They've had to punt the football a ton in this ball game because of stalled-out drives.
So are you saying that you're kind of tired of seeing the punter run out there and do his thing during this game? Is that what you're trying to say?
Well, I mean, I'm okay with it. I have a feeling that this offense, they don't want to see the punter again.
And frankly, the punter doesn't want to run out there anymore himself. He would love to see his offense put together a drive and give his leg a rest.
On second down, here's Goff.
This is swung out to Eckler.
And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. Now they're staring at a 3rd and 8. That last play backwards a yard. Really good defensive effort. They were all over that little swing pass out to the right side before lost yardage.
Terrific read, better execution, and done with a lot of enthusiasm, wasn't it?
Absolutely.
They saw it all the way, ran to the football, and caused a nice play for lost yardage.
Now the throw on 3rd down, knocked away and incomplete.
It's going to be another frustrating end to a drive here. This offense, they've not been able to get anything going in this first half. And now it's going to be time to gather on the sidelines and try and figure out what's going wrong. Who has an idea? Who has a plan? Time to implement it.
43 yards on the punt, return of 4, and out will come the offense as they take over. So out now come the Cardinals. Now, if you're a fan of punting, and I know that not many people are, but this game kind of turning into one for you.
Well, it's okay if it's a skills contest, right? We're really into it then, but not during the course of an actual game. This has turned into a field position game, though. Sometimes the better punter may actually determine the outcome.
From the 41, here's 2nd and 4. Ritter back to throw.
Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line.
Ritter on 1st and 10.
And clocked it up. A call on luck or skill, whatever the case is. They're feeling good about just keeping the football there.
Yeah, the biggest thing they're calling it now, our ball. They don't care if it was luck or skill. Boy, the panic that jumps up in your chest when that ball's on the ground, whether you get it or your teammate gets it, just as long as you retain possession, that's all you're looking for.
This offense so far on 3rd down, 2 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 10.
Working from the gun, Ritter. Able to find the open man. That's complete.
Touchdown, Cardinals.
Zay Jones,
51 yards.
and the Cardinals go up by 2 touchdowns.
Great corner out there. Not only able to catch it, turn it upfield, and get into the end zone.
It usually involves a little bit of an extra move, doesn't it? You've got to get them thinking that you're moving to the middle of the field and you're breaking away to that corner. Boy, that was well executed.
Now Myers for the extra point. And it's good to make it 14-0. The drive summary that time, 5 plays. And the Cardinals cap it with a touchdown.
Here comes Khalif Raymond from his end zone. And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19.
And Detroit getting set to go now. They're staring at a 2-touchdown deficit, 14-0 to score as they regroup with 1st and 10.
And they start things off with a carry by Gibbs here.
And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
At the 16-yard line.
A shotgun snap for Goff. And he's going to be brought down back at his own 6-yard line. That winds up pushing him back 11 yards on the sack. And that'll bring up 3rd.
So that now 4 first-half sacks. This pass rush has been unrelenting.
And partner, you hear that sound of paper being ripped to shreds? That's the game plan that they've had so far because they've got to say to themselves right now, we have to do something differently.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And they're going to sack him again. The 5th time they've gotten him today, and this one results in a safety.
Well, 2 snaps ago, I don't think anyone thought a safety was on the table, yet it happened. They cut him on back-to-back plays, breaking through the line. No amount of evading was going to save him from a sack on either play, and on the last one, he ran too deep into the end zone to set up the safety.
After the safety, remember, they also need to give up the football, and here's the free kick. Fielded at about the 28. Here's the Arizona offense now as they get set to take over. Good drive last time. Really effective passing the football. Do you maybe mix it up, now go to the ground game and surprise the defense a little bit?
I would anticipate the defense making some changes, but I wouldn't necessarily just absolutely go in the opposite direction. They're doing so well throwing the ball.
Yeah, why
I wouldn't change it up until they showed me a reason to do so.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. 2nd down and 6 now. Back to throw, Ritter.
And under the Lions' pressure, he's brought down.
The pressure from multiple guys there as they bury him for a big 9-yard loss.
And on that one, the protection just broke down.
You've got to have that leverage, don't you? We always talk about low man wins in the running game for an offensive lineman versus a defensive lineman. It's essentially the same thing in pass protection. Get lower than that defensive lineman so that you can keep your balance and keep him away from your guy trying to throw the football.
On 3rd down, it's Benson. And able to get this one across the 35 before he's brought down. Boy, a nice play there as they wind up converting on 3rd and 15. Creeping up on a minute to play in this first half.
Ritter looking to throw on 1st and 10.
And an incomplete pass. That'll stop the clock here with just under a minute to play in half number 1.
Now a 2nd and 10. Out of the gun, here's Ritter.
The Cardinals going to use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half.
Here's Ritter.
It's complete to Jones. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. The drive stays alive, a 3rd down gain of 8.
I like watching the wide receiver screen because it's a real teamwork play. Because guess what? The guy catching the ball, he'll get all the credit. But how about the people up to block in front of him, either fellow receivers or offensive linemen? That makes that play a really nice timing play, and sometimes it can break big.
Another throw coming up here for Ritter.
He finds his man, complete. It's Watkins. Now the Cards going to call another timeout, their 2nd, as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in this first half.
They made a nice effort to stick him with a loss for that play, but it's going to take more than that to keep him from advancing the ball. Should be an entertaining battle anytime he tucks and runs over the second half of this contest.
So on 3rd down, the field goal unit will come out as they'll try to get 3 before half.
4-yard attempt.
Myers' kick is good, and that will extend their lead even further.
So when you factor in the safety, this now a 5-point swing.
And look, I'm not going to turn away a 5-point swing because 5 points, that's valuable. Don't get me wrong on this. But if they could have taken that safety and added 7 to it, now you're talking about a really big swing.
And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line. And with time running short here, they'll simply take a knee, and that should do it for half number 1. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As now we send you out to Orlando and hook back up with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report.
Okay, Brandon, time for a sprint to the finish, as it's time to get you caught up with what's happening around the NFL here in a pivotal Week 15. We'll begin in the NFC West. A couple of teams who built a great rivalry over the years. San Francisco heading north to take on Seattle. And those two are tied up as they play the second quarter. From there, we head south to Texas to check on the Cowboys at home at AT&T Stadium. And in that one, it's the visiting Giants who have the lead. The Giants trying to gut this one out, as it would be a good victory for them if they could get it. Finally, we finish at MetLife Stadium to see what's going on with the Jets. And
all right. It'll be Lions football to start the second half, and they trail here as we get back underway on EA Sports. And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20, call it the 21. And now it looks like he's in some discomfort after being tackled at the end of that return. While they come out and take a look at him, we will step aside for just a moment. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. We'll see, Charles, if they had a chance to hit the reset button at halftime. They have not scored. They're facing this big deficit. And if they're going to come back, it's going to have to start right now.
Yeah, and for them, it's not dwelling in the negative because, yes, they were totally ineffective in the first half. But we've seen many games that have flipped around in the second half. It all starts with this drive right here. They get something good going, put some points on the board, they begin to have hope.
And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. 2 yards, good enough for a first.
A pickup of 2 yards. First down, Lions.
Now Goff. Now that'll be caught by St. Brown. So the completion good for 7 there. And that will bring up second down.
It's a gain of 7. Brings up second and 3 at the 40-yard line.
Play action. It's Goff. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. We talk a lot about setting the tone to start the game. Well, you want to start the tone right in the third quarter as well, and nearly lost a football there in their first drive.
And sometimes we overdo it when we talk about halftime adjustments and what teams are going to do. Most of the time, it's just a matter of executing the game plan you brought in. But I'll guarantee you, they didn't draw that play up on the whiteboard at halftime. They're fortunate to retain possession.
Third and long. It's Goff. And that will be incomplete. They weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up fourth down. Here comes the Lions punter now, as they're forced to kick for the 6th time today. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Cards will take over, 1st and 10. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half. They'll set up to run the quarterback draw. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A big-time gain there on the keeper, using his legs to hurt him. First down.
First and 10 at the 48-yard line.
Jones now in motion left. Now a fake on the jet sweep, and they'll instead run up the middle. And a really good show of force there as he gets through for 4 tough yards. Now a 2nd and 6. Ritter.
Oh, he'll want that one back. Incomplete. He doesn't drop too many in that department. Third down.
Brings up third down and 6 yards to go.
Ritter will set up to throw it. Oh, he had him. He was open, but he couldn't get it to him. It's incomplete.
Not his best throw there, but where we sit right now in the third quarter, he's had a pretty good game throwing the football.
He certainly has, and it's not exactly at the point where we're doing 4-minute offense yet, but they've got to think about, I'm not going to say milking the clock, but understanding clock management here on out.
And he couldn't get it to check up. That kicks all the way into the end zone for a touchback.
The Lions offense set to take over. Over on the sideline, hoping to hit that reset button between possessions. Last time out, they had to punt it away. This time hoping to finish this thing off in the end zone. Goes out left. It's caught by Williams.
And he'll be tackled at the 23 after a gain of 3. Now 2nd and 7 from the 23.
Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 23.
Here's Goff. That'll be caught. It's St. Brown. And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line. That'll go as a pickup of 32 on the catch and run. You need a big play? Go to your big play guy.
Listen, that's football 101. When you have to have it, you expect that guy to step up. A lot of people call these receivers divas. Sometimes just leadership when they get in the huddle and say, get me the ball. I'm about to make a big play.
On first down, Goff.
He'll go right back to St. Brown.
And that's good for a gain of 6, and it's 2nd down.
Timing is so important on a route like this because he's going to line up out right and then cut straight across the field. I think the ball might have come out a count or two too late because by the time he was able to secure it, not much of a chance to turn it upfield.
And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on 3rd down. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. They'll try to pick up the first with Eckler. Well, they hit him in the backfield, and he will not escape. And that is not going to get it done. Now we're going to get a stoppage here as we've got an injured Cardinal on the field.
So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside.
So now they're going to send out the field goal unit to, as they say, fire away from long distance. This officially a 55-yard attempt. That's leaking to the right, and he missed it by a foot or 2. It's no good, and the deficit will stay at 3 scores.
Yeah, 55 yards is anything but a gimme. You've got to really concentrate on your leg swing and proper technique. This time, though, he's unable to convert.
The Cardinal offense here ready to take over.
Obviously not the intended goal last drive. They had to punt the football, but still, they've got the lead here, and now a chance to add on to that lead if they can get points on this drive. 1st and 10 upcoming. Here's 2nd and 10. Looking to throw it here. Ritter.
Wide open receiver complete. Touchdown, Cardinals. A big play there with their 2nd touchdown of the game, number 8 on the season.
And the Cardinals are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead.
In order to lead in a game, you're going to get plenty of contributors, but that's his 2nd touchdown catch of this game. He's one of the key guys in this one.
And you better believe he'll be looking for the hat trick here as this one continues to go. Extra point up and through by Myers. And that will bump the lead up to 26.
Peoples-Jones going to elect not to run this out, and they'll begin at the 25.
The Lions offense heading out as we give you a look at the playoff race coming into the weekend in the NFC.
Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD, and if they cannot score here, this one's pretty much all but over.
Are you saying that you feel like people are starting to think about getting out of here, maybe beating the traffic in order to get home or to their final destination?
Yeah, I don't think there's a whole lot of reason to hang around, especially if they can't score here.
Yeah, you're right about that because it has been pretty clear who the better team has been in this one. And in a league that we talk about every game being a one-score game as we go into it, watching this blowout, it's less just say it's been unusual.
Throwing on third, Goff. And the pressure will bring him down here. The Cardinals get home for the sack.
Multiple rushers break through to drop him for the 7th time this game.
It's been a tough one all game long for this offensive line. They're already down big, and now you know they're just going to come after the quarterback in a big way, don't you?
Yeah, they just can't get out of their own way right now. It's created an avalanche, and an avalanche is coming right on top of them. Here comes the Lions punter now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And taken right on the 30. Ooh, with a juke. It'll wind up being a net of 41. 9-yard return, 50 on the punt.
Arizona's offense back out and ready to go. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown. Their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles' defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
And strong running here on the first 2 plays of the drive. He's got another first down on a gain of 12. 86 yards rushing for him here as he starts to close in now on 1,200 yards for the season. First down, here's Ritter. A short one here, caught by McBride.
And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And they'll be left with a second and about a foot.
10 yards on the pickup. It's second and inches at the 22-yard line.
Ritter now. Open man here is Benson.
And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. Now we're going to get a stoppage here as we've got an injured Cardinal on the field.
Well, hopefully, obviously nothing serious here. Medical staff, though, going to take a peek, and we'll take a break. Ritter throwing on third down. That throw right side here going to be incomplete.
Tight defense there on third down, but what a product of good coaching and even better execution because he realized he's in field goal range, no sense forcing anything, and he made sure he didn't.
Myers' kick is good, and that will extend their lead even further. So tack on 3 more, though it's just a rare drive where they did not find the end zone.
Yeah, you're right about that, partner. But at this point, I don't think you're too concerned about that. You just want to possess the football for a while and drain the clock. If you can get 3 out of it, that's great, too.
Peoples-Jones going to elect not to run this out, and they'll begin at the 25.
So out now come the Lions.
Well, the disparity in this game, it just seems to grow with each possession here, Charles. They are really struggling. They have not put up a single point, and on the other side, the points keep piling up and up and up.
So you know the frustration level has to be rising, right? So they've got to find a way to quell that because otherwise they certainly won't get anything done in this one. Keep diving deeper into the offensive playbook. The bottom line is don't quit competing.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Now Goff.
He'll get this out wide to Eckler.
So give him 2 yards there on the completion. And that's going to set up a tough 3rd and 9. Back to throw, Goff. And this is going to be incomplete.
And there's another stop. One of the league's best defenses is certainly bringing it again this week.
Here comes the Lions punter now, as he'll come on to kick this one away. Fair catch signaled for and taken just shy of the 30-yard line. So possession goes over here on the punt.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. Now Ritter to throw on first down.
Looking middle, and that's complete. And they'll wind up getting this to the 37. Gain of 9.
So from the 37, here's 2nd and a yard. Working from the gun, Ritter. Short one here, caught by McBride. 95 catches for him now on the year, and it's a first down.
That's good for a Cardinals first down.
Ritter back to throw. Looking left side, it's complete. He's got it. It's a gain of 11 and a Cardinal first down.
First and 10 at the 44-yard line.
Ritter to throw it. He's able to find Melton.
So the completion good for just 3. And it'll be second down.
A 3-yard pickup brings up second and 7 at the 41-yard line. That's the end of the
And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this third quarter. You're watching. On second down, Elliott. And a pretty good run as he'll get this down close to a first at the Lions' 35. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6. This offense on third down today, they've hit on half of them, 5 for 10. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. So no gain on the play. And that's going to make it 4th down.
Excuse my snarkiness here, but isn't the idea of completing a pass?
So it's a win here for the Arizona Cardinals. And when you break it down, this was just a thoroughly dominating performance.